Hey and welcome. I'm your boy Solo. In this video, I'll be going over how you can use your Canon camera in OBS as a webcam for your stream. Before I waste any more time, let's jump into it. So you're looking to use your camera as a webcam, or maybe you already had a nice Canon camera just sitting around not doing anything, and you're looking to get a little bit better image quality out of your stream. I'll be going over how to set up your DSLR camera as a webcam for streaming or videos. In this example, we're going to be using OBS. But before I get too far ahead of myself, if you don't already have OBS installed, I'll leave links to an install guide in the description below that will get you set up and going. But after you have OBS installed, next, we'll need software. Canon does have a software for this here that we're going to need to download. Definitely wasn't easy for me to find at first. And if you do want to use better features or your camera's highest settings, it does require to be paid for to use the top tier options. So something to keep in mind, it's free to use, but if you want to use their better settings, there's a paid option. I don't really like this here from camera, but that's just the way they have it. To get this here, to get started, we're going to jump over to the Canon website. For me, what I did was I jumped over to Google and I typed in Canon webcam utility, but it doesn't matter. The EOS utility is what came up. The webcam's the one we're looking for, but it doesn't matter. Both are going to bring you to the same spot. We're just going to click here. And again, I will make sure to leave links to all of this here stuff down in the description below so you won't have a hard time finding it. Once you're on this page, we're just going to scroll down and pick the operating system. The first thing is going to say choose your operating system. We're going to select Windows. If you're on Mac, select Mac, and then it's going to go through and give us a little bit of an install guide. So it's going to say the Windows official release. It's going to tell you about the features. You can read through that. It's going to let you know what apps it's compatible with. So here it lets you know that it's compatible with OBS software. That's all we really need to know. And we can just keep scrolling down to where it says software download instructions. From here, we want to click the select your model, and we're going to go through here and select your Canon camera. If you do not see your Canon camera here, it may not be supported and it will not work. So make sure that you double check. There's a way to do it in your camera. You can go to your settings and go to info to make sure what model you have before selecting this one here. But as long as you have one of these here models, just select your model from the list and it'll bring you to the download page. This is going to be fairly easy for me. I'm using the EOS Rebel T7. Once you click it, it's just going to load over to the support page. Once you click on it, it's going to load over to the support page for your camera. So if you've already had your camera for a while and you logged into camera and registered your camera, you just have to go and click on that information. So there's more than one way to find this here app, and it will inevitably lead you to the exact same spot. So it's coming here no matter what. So that's just something to think about. If you've already been on the Canon website, just go to the normal one, go to your camera settings, and it's just going to be in your support. You're going to go through and you'll see software, mobile guides, product information, technical support videos, firmware, and product advisor. For us, we're just going to click on the software. There's going to be a lot of options here. There's 67. So you will have to look through a couple of these here. And right here, it'll say select the operating system. If you're on Windows 11, make sure you select Windows 11. That's the case for me. So we're going to select Windows 11 and let it reload the page. Now, once we're on this here page and it loads up, it's going to give us the EOS utility. We don't want that one here. This is going to take a little bit of scrolling down. It's going to be picture style editor, neutral network, and digital photos. And keep scrolling down until you find the one we're looking for. The picture style editor, utility, style editor, utility, webcam utility. There it is. So it's quite a ways down the list here and you may have to look for it. But all you're going to need to do is when you find the EOS webcam utility 1.2 for Windows, just click the download. Now this is just like any other application. It's just going to go through a download process and it's going to have a pop-up here. It's going to say download help, how to locate and install your download. This is going to bring you through how to find it in Chrome. And if you get lost or anything at all in the first part of it, just read this here. It's going to show you how to do it. For us, we're just going to click it open. Once it's open, it's just going to be in here. We want to click the setup. So just double click the setup and follow the installation just like any other app. When you install it on Windows, just click next, accept the agreement, accept the terms of service, click next, pick its location, make sure you leave it default, click next and install. So it's pretty basic, just like any other application. Windows Security is going to pop up with this last notification saying, would you like to install this device software? And it's going to say the camera, incorporated camera, and install. Once we click the finish, that's all we need in here. We can just close all this here stuff out. Okay, now that you're done, just open OBS. Now in OBS, to add it, once it was downloaded and installed, all we're going to have to do is go in here to the sources, click on the plus, and we're going to add a video capture device. We're going to name it camera. And if it's not plugged in, it's going to just have the EOS utility drop down in the menu. So that's going to be something to think about. So you'll have to pick the webcam utility and click OK. From here, we're going to have to plug the camera in. So 1 second while I get the camera. Alright, once the camera is plugged in, make sure to turn it on. Okay, when you plug it in, it is going to prompt you and come up with like the EOS utility. If you have it installed, you can just close that. And it did take a few minutes for my camera to pick up. And again, in here, when you load it up for the options, it's the EOS Canon utility, not the EOS Webcam Utility Pro. The Pro is the one you have to pay for. So if you download the Webcam utility, you don't need to open it or use it. But if you do open it or use it, it has some settings in there. And it does let you know that you're not getting the full quality out of the camera unless you're paying for the app. But this here will get you up and going with your Canon camera, and it's still much better quality than my normal webcam. The only other thing I can suggest from here is to click this here deactivate when not showing, so that when you close it and you change scenes and stuff like that, that it's not keeping your camera on the whole time. Another good thing to have for your Canon camera is a dummy battery. If you just leave this here with a normal battery, you're not going to get very long of a stream out of it before it's going to end up dying. So those are some simple things just to keep in mind, and this is an easy way to get your Canon set up on stream. It used to be a lot harder, but since Canon made this here app, it's been a lot easier to get great quality on your stream with a Canon camera now that it'll actually connect to OBS. So I think that's a super big plus for Canon. They could still use some work. Them making you pay for the app to actually have the full quality of the Canon camera is kind of greasy on them when Sony doesn't do that at all. So keep that in mind when you're out there purchasing your camera. Now there's some pros and cons to each different brand maker, and this is the con for Canon is that you are going to have to use their app, and the app's not going to give you full control over it unless you pay for it. From here you can just add a few effects if you like, or filters, anything you would like to your camera. You can remove backgrounds or add just a multitude of different things and just play around with it and have fun. That's really all there was to it for this one here. I just wanted to do a short video to get you up and going with your Canon camera. If you think I forgot or left something out, definitely leave it in the comments below. And if you like or found the video helpful, hit the thumbs up and get subscribed for more content. Thanks for watching.